Oh, hello. I'm Reverend Jam from Lugosi. I sing and play the theremin. I get asked about this instrument a lot, so I've been asked to put together a small video explaining some of the key points and basically how we get a sound out of it on stage. To begin, for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm running it through a small 5-watt tube amplifier. The reverb is all the way off. It's about 50-50 on tone, and the gain is quite low. On stage, we run it through either direct input or we run it through an amplifier that's been mic'd. So I always run it through a cheap Digitech multi-effects pedal. I saturate it with reverb and I throw a hell of a lot of delay on. I'll explain the reason for this in just a moment. Now to the instrument itself. The theremin is an electronic instrument that you play by not touching. This piece here controls the pitch. The distance from your hand to this silver thing controls the pitch that's coming out of the instrument. On the other side, the distance of this hand to this silver thing controls the volume coming out of the instrument. Like so. Pretty cool, huh? You might have heard this in old movies, old science fiction movies. The Day the Earth Stood Still is one famous one that the theremin features in. Alfred Hitchcock's Spellbound is another one. That also has art direction by Salvador Dali. You can imagine how the surrealistic works of Salvador Dali and the groovy sounds of a theremin might fit together very well. Little piece of trivia for you. A lot of folks think that the beginning of the original Star Trek theme tune is a theremin. It's not. It's a couple of sopranos singing together. But if you listen, not a million miles away. Now, I said I'd explain why I throw a lot of effects on it. The theremin, for all intents and purposes, is a very dry musical instrument. It's a pure electronic tone. So, great if a UFO is coming down in a scene in a movie, but not so interesting on stage when you've got a thumping bass and a overdriven guitar and crashy drums. For that, you want something a bit more. Also, a little secret that was gifted to me by my own theremin guru, Dr. Garvin Brown. You throw a lot of effects on it because the instrument becomes more forgiving if you're not hitting the pitch exactly on the note, which you can also do a lot of cool things like so it's also a very visual instrument, so it's really good for stagecraft. I had the opportunity of seeing Doric Chrysler from New York City playing the theremin on a really windy evening in July a couple of years ago in the Royal Hospital Kilmainham's IMA summer party. The trees were blowing behind her and she was doing lots of those really cool moves as well. So I suppose that brings me to the end of my little video explaining how the theremin works and how we get a sound out of it. I do hope you enjoyed it, and it features heavily on our new album, which is going to be coming out on the 12th of March. And we hope to see you at a gig soon. Thank you for listening.